Okay. So it's nice and bubbly. You can see it's not quite completely melted yet. Still a few spots here. Just stir it around. This tool I have, I don't know if I told you, it's from Simi Cakes, same place I got the isomalt. And it's a non-stick tool. You can use it with fondant or you can use it with isomalt, and it's a modeling tool. You know, it's the Dresden tool and the veining tool, but it's non-stick. So the isomalt, it's nice because it can stand the heat from the isomalt, obviously, but it also, you know, it's non-stick, so it comes right off. It just peels off. It's really nice, easy cleanup. This needs just a couple more seconds. Okay, so now that we've got it, we want to wait for the bubbles to dissipate, which only takes a second. And once the bubbles clear up, we're ready to pour it. Now you need it nice and liquidy to pour it into these bead molds. If you have any of the bead molds, you need to make sure that when you pour it, you don't see like a little air bubble in there. Otherwise, that means that the bead didn't fill all the way. So you need to be very liquidy here, and you need to pour it straight down those holes. And it's actually probably a little, see that silver line like in there? That's a bubble. Because this probably isn't as liquidy as it needs to be. Okay, and then we're just going to let that set up. Okay, so I reheated this for 10 seconds, and now I'm going to pour it into this mold. If I get any air bubbles, I want to pop them because I don't want air bubbles in this. So we'll just take our little tool and make sure there's no bubbles in here, and make sure it goes all the way to the marquee shapes, because we want them nice and pretty. And we'll just let that sit. And then for the flower, you want to do not on the hill, you want to go into the valley. And you pour it about halfway full. And then you just take the side and plop it in. And press. Get rid of any excess. Now make sure you got gloves on because that sugar's hot. You can use the tool to get rid of excess if you've got excess there. And this actually dries really fast. These guys do. Take it off almost right away. And then if you pop it from the bottom. Okay, so there's a flower. These still need a little bit more. Now let's go on to this mold though. If, again, you don't have a bead mold, what you need to do is you have to use one of these molds, these gem molds. And these are spaced just right to give me what I want. Now I can do gems with going up and down so they can be little and then get bigger, or I can just do them across, or I can do not quite so many. I think there's like 8 or 9 of these across. There's 8 across, so I can just do 4 if I want a shorter strand. But what I did is I actually poured this. You have to prepare the mold. So you have to spray the mold with a little bit of cooking spray and then wipe that excess spray out. Because if you don't do that, then it's going to stick. Okay? And then you got to pour the isomalt in. So let's heat this up again. Okay, so this has been sprayed. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour a little bit of the sugar in here. Okay. And then I'm going to pour, depending on what size bead I want, I'm going to do the bigger one right now. And another thing I like about these measuring cups is that these are just measuring cups. And I like using them for the isomalt, and it's because they got a really nice pour spout on them.